Good morning and welcome to another episode of Drew's Book Reviews. Today, we're going to take a ride through your dreams with Dream Riders by Taylor Kole. Stay tuned. So imagine you have the power and ability to enter somebody's mind during their dreams and then control and manipulate and guide their dreams. Well, that is the concept behind Taylor Kole's Dream Riders book. So this is a pretty awesome power, and this couple, Corey and Marcy, figure out that they have it. And then, hence, they start their business of guiding people's dreams. Everything seems to be going pretty well for them. I absolutely love the concept behind Dream Riders, this idea of being able to sell a business even of guiding people's dreams so that they could have the most wonderful, vivid dreams imaginable. That in and of itself is a really awesome idea, and I have to say I really love the concept behind this book, Dream Riders. Of course, the dream world is this place where reality warps and ceases to exist. The unrealistic becomes real. The impossible can happen. And all kinds of really awesome and weird and amazing stuff can happen. And that's what really makes the dream world really an intriguing place to be, both psychologically and otherwise. And it's just really a great idea. I think Taylor's really tapped into something awesome here, something really unique with this concept of a book and this ability for this couple to dream ride. Unfortunately, their ability has attracted some unwanted attention from eccentric, crazy, maniacal billionaires or millionaires, as well as some unwanted attention from those things which haunt our dreams. The nightmare, being the demon that haunts our dreams and basically controls us through our dreams. So they've attracted some unwanted attention within this world, and they find that they are basically fighting for their way of life and fighting to protect their family as a result. So with regard to the characterization within this book and the characters, so we have Corey. He comes from a background of philosophy, and when they encounter this demon in the dreams, he's quite shaken. He's scared, he's terrified. He seems to take this, what I would call an irrational approach to what they're doing, and he becomes fearful and afraid to enter the dreams of Walt. He's our millionaire lunatic that comes and plays a part within this story. This likely stemming from his background in philosophy. He has this fear and paranoia of going into the dreams again after what he experienced in Walt's dreams. But then there's Marcy, who takes a much more scientifically minded approach. She sees these creatures as nothing more than figments of the dreamer's imagination. They're not real. They don't actually pose a threat of harm. And so she is interested in obtaining wealth from their abilities, from this business that they've started. She's in the pursuit of wealth and money and luxury that can result from being able to sell this ability to others and utilize it that way. So these two ideas come in conflict within the book itself. And then of course you got Walt, the eccentric, crazy, lunatic millionaire, who, when they don't wish to go into business with each other, or so Corey and Marcy do not go into business with Walt because he basically is this crazy guy. What I was saying, he will stop at nothing, and he starts to do everything he can to undermine their business and destroy their family and threaten them. And spoiler warning here, there are spoilers. If you don't want to hear spoilers, stop listening, stop watching right now. But Walt basically kidnaps their daughter, and so they basically have to pursue this and find a solution on their own, because nobody believes that Walt did this. He's a well-known, reputable businessman, essentially. And so those are kind of our three characters that we have working within this story. So all of that is just really, really fantastic. And, those ideas, how the plot line plays out, I think is really, really good. Where I felt it wasn't so good, however, was the characters themselves weren't that deep. Like there wasn't a lot to the characters themselves. Now, I just want to emphasize, I don't think that that's a really bad thing. And what I mean by that is that I think there could have been more that Taylor could have done to emphasize and really kind of help draw a connection to the characters. Um, you know, they definitely responded the way that we would expect them to respond, which is great, right? Absolutely. And while we knew the characters were angry, I didn't really get a sense through the writing of how intense their emotional, state was with everything that was going on. I knew that they were angry. I knew that they were frustrated for sure. But I would love to see more of that descriptive writing within that. I've seen more of what's going on within that. So I just want to emphasize, I don't think that this was a bad book. I don't think the characters themselves were poorly written. But just having a little bit more in there, maybe some chapters from Molly's, or I think it was Molly, their daughter's viewpoint, with what was going on with her, after she had been kidnapped. Maybe some more chapters kind of focusing on the inner turmoil that what likely would have been going on in their minds while they were looking for their daughter and trying to find a resolution there. But I mean that's really my only feedback on this, is let's get a little bit more in depth into the mindset of the characters. Let's look a little bit more about figuring out what they're feeling. So it's not that they were flat. It's not that there was nothing in here to suggest that they had no feelings whatsoever. It's just there wasn't a lot in there to really elicit a strong sense of empathy with the characters. So that's really my only critique of that. And again, I want to emphasize, I don't think that the characters were poor characters or bad characters. I just think that there could have been a more in there to really improve the overall characterization. That is literally it. Overall, I think that Dream Riders was a good book. I did enjoy it. Definitely I don't think it was quite a 4 out of 5 stars, but certainly it was better than a 2. Absolutely. I think we're kind of hovering, in between 3 and 4 maybe. So I did give it a 3-star rating on Goodreads, but overall, love this. It's a great concept, and I think there's a lot of potential within this concept. And I think this is a great starting point to potentially expand into an entire series of books all about dream writing and where that takes them. This is like a great launching platform for that. And I think we could, if Taylor were to do that, to really delve into the dream writing a bit more and really kind of expand that, we could really see a lot in the way of character development and Marcy and Corey and their business and where this could potentially take them. I really think it's like a good springboard for a much grander adventure and a much more in-depth overall story. And I think that would be a wonderful starting point for that. So again, I just want to emphasize, Dream Riders is a good book. I did enjoy it. I did think it was decent and a good read. Not perfect by any means. Like I said, there's some areas where I think would provide an improvement in the overall story, but otherwise it was really, really good. Otherwise it was enjoyable, and I did enjoy it, and I absolutely look forward to reading any future books by Taylor Kole. I do find him to be an author with a lot of promise and potential, and he's got a couple of other books as well. Definitely would recommend Virtual Heaven and Live Like a Con, also by Taylor Kole. So in any case, those are just my thoughts on Dream Riders. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you like this, like, comment, and subscribe. And of course, we'll see you next time on the next episode of Drew's Book Reviews. Until then, keep on reading. Bye.